Save hundreds off in-stock appliances during Judd & Black's President's Day sale, going on now through the 22nd. Stack your savings with discounts, rebates, and an extra year of warranty free on select laundry pairs. Plus 0% financing for 18 months. The Judd & Black difference is clear. Our team of appliance experts will help you find what's best for your home, lifestyle, and budget. Save now on top name brands like Whirlpool, GE Profile, Cafe, and Decor. Judd & Black, your hometown appliance store. Online at juddblack.com.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith. Thanks for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast. Want more? Check out the greatest podcast in all the land, The Podcast. Be sure to subscribe and listen to a brand new episode every Tuesday night.
Harvey made it to drinking time.
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the Men's Room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Steve at Throwhill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. Today we toast the hottest band in the world, KISS. Now, say what you want about KISS, but they know how to put on a live show, man. Fire-breathing, blood-spitting, guitar-smashing, pyro, confetti drops, you name it. It happens at a KISS concert. Now, one of the things you can count on at any KISS show is Paul Stanley not only greeting the host city, and we're not kidding, man, but the random towns in the general area. So one of the things KISS does is like, all right, we're going to play, we're playing Seattle. So they'll look it up. So he would jump on stage and say something to the effect of, what's up, Seattle? We didn't forget about you in White Center, and we're all the crazy people from Yakima. I mean, like,
if they're playing like White River. They're like, what is up, Auburn? And then go from there and spiral down every.
And that's it. And it recently performed in Vienna, Austria. But instead of saying, like, we love you, Vienna, we're all the crazy people from Bratislava. That is actually a place close to Vienna. I had to look it up. Because that's the thing he does. Instead of doing that, it gets a little more complicated. They simply showed a message on the big screen at the end of the show that says, KISS loves you, Austria. Unfortunately, instead of displaying the Austrian flag, the band showed an image of the Australian flag. So close.
This is the farewell tour.
This is the farewell tour.
There's no way to make that.
Yeah, I mean, it's
sorry. Throw another shrimp on the barbie.
Right. Just come on, man.
Dumber.
So we pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy.
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola bitola.
The Men's Room presents Profile This.
And Steve at Throwhill, could you please tell everyone how Profile This is played?
I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on planet Earth. Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Ken. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola, Pitola.
Hola! All right, Ken, you understand how this here game is played?
Oh, yeah, I love the game.
Fantastic. Then you know already. You have your choice of one of three stories. The Wonderful World of Drugs. We have Bite Me. In other words, what did someone find in their food? And finally, Interior Decorating, where you guess the foreign object that ended up on the inside of someone.
Interior decorating. It's just too much fun.
It's fun for us. Rarely fun for the subject of the story. And in this case, I just grabbed the wrong story. Here we go. A man had his penis sliced open by doctors after getting something stuck inside of it. He went to the hospital complaining of a sharp shooting pain surging through his genitals, which he described as, quote, feeling like electricity. Doctors discovered that the patient, a guy in his 30s, he tried to achieve orgasm by dangerously putting something in his urethra. Well, after climaxing from the interesting masturbation technique, he fell asleep and later woke up in unbearable agony. The object embedded inside the penis, and he could not remove it for fear of injuring himself further. So he also could not go to the toilet. Well, at that point, he took himself to the hospital. The urologist there who treated the patient said, quote, the patient didn't know how to remove the object at home. He was already injured and stuck, but if he had tried to pull it out, his entire urethra might have been damaged. Well, the doctor added that under normal circumstances, the object should have slipped back out, but the man's urethra had tightened due to tension. Surgeons had to cut open his penis to remove the object before reconstructing his urethra and what they call an arduous but successful procedure. Now, it seems like a lot of trouble to go through just to slap the weasel, but the question is, what did he put in his urethra? Was it a thermometer, a necklace, a Q-tip, or a AAA battery? Thermometer, necklace, Q-tip, or AAA battery. That's what he decided to put on the old inside to make fun time more fun.
Miles, you've been around it enough. What do you think?
Been around my own. What was the first choice again? Thermometer. Boy, that seems dangerous because that's glass.
All the other ones seem so good.
Yeah. I'm going to go,
Where was it at?
Hang on.
Was it here in the States?
I do not believe so.
Ken, I'm going to go Q-tip.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure where it was.
All right. This is sad.
The necklace isn't going to go down because of the chain, and it's not going to have enough pressure. The thermometer, Q-tip. I was thinking pipe cleaner myself before you guys even said the choices. I'm Ted. What do you got?
I mean, thermometers are so different now. But I'm guessing it's digital. Man, only because it's tiny? I think it's a AAA battery. He's trying to get himself a charge.
That thing's huge, though. Q-tip.
It's been done. You want Q-tip?
Q-tip, Ken?
Yep.
AAA is a pretty small battery.
Bigger than I'd like to insert my urethra. That said, we've had a story where a guy inserted a AAA battery into his urethra.
It's always your remote control in that one. Right? All right, we're going to find out what he got stuck in there. Thermometer, necklace, Q-tip, or AAA battery next.
That was a tease.
BECU. You've heard the name, seen the letters. But what does BECU stand for? Simply put, not-for-profit BECU stands for people. For charting your own path. For choosing what's right for members instead of what's profitable for someone else. Because they are the reason our credit union exists. So we do everything in our power to help them reach their financial goals. BECU. Power in people. All Pacific Northwest residents are eligible to join. Federally insured by NCUA.
99.9 KISW. We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Categories: interior decorating on profile. This got a guy had his penis sliced open by a doctor after getting something stuck in his urethra. Doctor said, yeah, it should have slid back out, but I guess his urethra tightened during some kind of sex session. Question is, was it a thermometer, a necklace, a Q-tip, or a AAA battery?
And Ken, that is a question that we posed to you. You agreed with the Miles Montgomery and went with the old Q-tip. Which, no offense to me, that'd be the safest of all the options. But no, it was not a Q-tip. Ted Smith, you went for the AAA
battery.
Not a AAA battery. No, what he inserted in his penis was the one that everyone blew off, which is the necklace. Apparently, he got himself erect first, slowly dropped this thing into the urethra.
That's amazing.
Did his business, fell asleep, but by that time, he couldn't get it back out, even though there's a little bit hanging out. But he realized it wrapped around something or whatever. When he would tug on it, it caused great pain. Then he couldn't pee. Then he went to the hospital, and they could not extract it without slicing him open.
I've never thought, let's put something in that tiny little hole.
No, never. No. But I am now. Just not a necklace.
Now for all TV news all time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
Said maybe a superhero.
Yeah. Well done.
All right, your choices today. You got the Jimmies.
Fallon and Kimmel.
And, I forgot to write it down. Chelsea Handler's. I believe it's Chelsea Handler.
Filling in for Kimmel. Yes.
Okay. You got Seth Meyers.
All right.
Or Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
It is right there. The title. These guys have teams of talents and writers that help them come up with their monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom? Or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
A Norwegian cruise line struck an iceberg over the weekend while sailing off the coast of Alaska. Finally, some good news. There are still icebergs.
Seth Meyers.
Fallon.
Myers.
A Norwegian cruise line ship struck an iceberg over the weekend while sailing off the coast of Alaska. Finally, some good news. There are still icebergs.
Guy on a Southwest flight was caught airdropping an explicit photo of himself to everyone on the plane. But on Southwest, that's just known as the in-flight entertainment.
Foul. Yeah, foul.
That's foul.
Hey guys, I heard about a Southwest Airlines passenger who was caught airdropping an explicit photo of himself to everyone on his flight. But on Southwest, that's just known as the in-flight entertainment.
Footage from the new Barbie movie starring Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling has leaked out. And sorry to have to tell you this, ladies, but Ryan Gosling no longer has genitalia.
Kimmel. Yeah, Fallon.
Smith! I almost went eunuch. I thought that was too...
Yeah, take people to say.
A Chihuahua mix named Mr. Happy Face was crowned world's ugliest dog. They knew it was a winner when the other dog started sniffing its face.
I'll say Seth Myers. Myers.
Yeah, that's that.
A Chihuahua mix named Mr. Happy Face was recently crowned the world's ugliest dog. They knew it was a winner when the other dog started sniffing its face.
That's a pretty good joke.
That is a great joke.
Walked by a dog the other day, and he gave me that. You know that they always stare at you when they're pooping?
Yeah.
For some reason, I went, I feel you, buddy.
He's probably, don't be weird.
Yeah, the owner was like, what the hell is that guy talking to my dog for?
You think he pees? Does he poop outside?
I've always talked about this for years, right? You could watch a lot of shows that are repetitive in nature. But
Sure.
I still watch Deadliest Catch, right? It's always exciting to see who's going to screw over who, and are they going to catch crab this time, and the different stuff. But they have a lot of shows around it. Miles, me and you were talking about Josh Harris has his own like separate show where they're like in Miami in the summertime, or not Miami, in Hawaii, trying to catch fish and this and that. And they do some where they like with the pandemic and everything went on, you know, and look, this isn't my words, this is Sig's word, but like crab fishermen can be untruthful, to say the least, right?
You don't say.
Mm-hmm. Right, like, are you on the crab? Like, can I come over there? Like, no, we don't have any over here, blah, blah, blah. So they always kind of go back and forth. But they had all these captains together because basically, you know, with the pandemic and everything, like, if they don't catch their quota of the crabs, then they would give it to Russia.
Okay.
So it's just weird, like, and this is my own issue, but sometimes, like, you kind of, I forget how crazy that stuff was. Like, I got to remind myself when I walk home from work that, like, there was a period where I would walk home and there was no cars on the highway. You know?
Right.
So just reliving it and kind of watching that, and people, like, they're out at sea, and it's like, you guys got to catch stuff and get back in here. And then they're like, we don't know if there's going to be a market. Then it's like, if there is a market, it's actually going to be priced pretty high because people are going to have to order it or we'll ship it to other countries. Like, just whatever you have, bring it in.
Yeah.
But they also have to kind of work together because, again, they don't want to lose the quota as a whole. So the show I was watching last night, man, they had some real conversations. Like, some of the guys that don't get along, they're, like, screaming at each other and stuff. It's just interesting to see, bless you, Mike, to see them just sitting in a room when, you know, when you're not on boat to boat or around a fire or sitting in a bar. You're just sitting in a room and you got to talk to those people and be like, all right. And the other thing, too, is that I like is that it's all videoed. So it's hard to be like, we didn't do that, or we didn't say that. It's like, well, here's the video.
Okay, we did say that.
Yeah. And then it's always, you know, like anything else, there's always levels of, you know, like, well, we didn't technically lie. It's like, well, you turned off your beacon and you're supposed to be working with that person. They have no idea where you are. You didn't answer them. So you're correct. You didn't technically lie.
Yeah.
But you are, you know, you're not being truthful.
Correct.
But that's not just them. And that's just the world we live in now. Well, technically I didn't lie. Like, all right. I know. Let's take it to court, right? But Deadliest Catch, still like that show, and they always do a good job. One of the captains as well, he got in trouble because they were taking on water. And I didn't realize this. There's one crab boat that just floats around that's just the crew from Discovery.
Okay.
So they just go and you kind of see like the footage from behind the boats and this and that. But they just cruise out there and just go from boat to boat to boat, right? Because they are miles apart.
Yeah.
So the one guy on the Seabrook, which I met that guy years ago at CatchCon. He was a really nice guy. He was one of the newer captains then, and he was more than happy to talk to anybody that worked in the media. Like, yeah. Like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But they start taking on water, and like you see these scenes, but when he's talking, to like Sig, he's like, no, I really thought I was going to die. He's like, we're at a 10 out of 10 of fear.
Right.
Which these are tough dudes. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to think of times in my life that I'd say a 10 out of 10.
I don't know that I've had a 10.
I don't either. I think I would know.
As far as
I'd be like,
being
this
convinced
is the time.
that this is it. You have near misses, you have brief moments where you're like, oh no, but never the full on 10. I've thought this is going to suck. I've thought this is going to hurt. I thought I'm going to go to the hospital. Most of those things prove not being true, but in a moment you realize what's going on, but never a straight up 10. And yeah, I'm talking about the car crash, Ted. Oh. That's because I realize I'm upside down. I just see cement, and I did not think I was going to die, but all I could think is, this is going to hurt. It turns out it really didn't, thanks to all the safety crap in there. But
yeah, look, I'm with you. Again, in Baltimore and Central Booking, like once I went up to the tiers, I was very, very scared. But I don't know that I would say it was a 10. I was just fearful of getting beat up.
Yeah, sure.
But
I don't think I was going to die.
I didn't think I was going to die in there. Right. I was just like, I have got to get out of here. This is not a good place for me. Like, I don't want to know what's going to happen. All right. So when he's like 10 out of 10, because like the water starts getting in the boat and then it's over their pumps. It's all electronic. Yeah. But now it's covered in seawater. So they can't pump it out. The boat's listing. And luckily, he talks to the Discovery crew and he's like, man, we need serious help. Are you guys around? They're like 16 miles away, which again, I want to say is like 2 hours or something.
Yeah.
But they had a pump that you could submerge underwater and this and that. So they ended up being okay. But yeah, just hearing that captain say that like a 10 out of 10, I mean, it shook me.
Well,
sure.
I watched the thing last night about a boat from Seattle that passed in 2017 that went down. I didn't realize that it's 200 miles north of Dutch Harbor. I didn't realize they went so far from Alaska to find these areas where they were catching fish. I thought it was relatively close. I didn't realize how far they went from there.
Oh,
how
they're
far that
way
is
out there.
Yeah, I mean that's. You think
and then there's a line somewhere that separates Russia from the United States, like who can catch the crab. So I mean, and that's the thing. When you go farther out there, because Jake did it, which good for him. He actually found crabs out there, but it's like. Even he was saying, he's like, I've never taken a boat that far by myself.
Right. Well, they were interviewing people, about this incident that happened with this boat, the destination, where 6 people passed.
All right.
All of them were deadly as catch guys.
Yeah.
For the most part. They were the guys who were rushing. But again, I did not know how far away they were from everything else.
Yeah.
Like how hard it is to get to that where they are.
Yeah, again, that is one show that I never watch and go, I'll do that.
Hell no.
I will say, though, even though they're catching them right out of the sea, that ocean, that is one show that makes me hungry.
Well, yeah, you're like,
I just want some melted butter and a bib.
Yeah, right.
Well, now that they're $58 a pound, when you see them.
I had somebody send me a picture today. It was just a bunch of dungeons, and I was like, you bastard.
I'll take that.
Yeah, right. I'll eat crabs anytime, any day of the week. And I found out you can bring back wooden crab hammers through TSA.
Not a weapon.
You can't bop somebody in the head with your carry-on.
I guess not. Like I didn't even think about it because I only had carry-on luggage. When we cleaned out my dad's house, he had like 15 of them.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll take 3. And then when I was going through TSA, I was like, I said to Leah, can I have these? She goes, I don't know. And she goes, take them out. And I go, okay. I took them out. They went to the X-ray. I was like, these are fine. And they were like, yeah, we just got to scan your MacBook again. I was like, okay. I feel like the hammers are weirder, but
I can't bring my nail clippers.
He looks at a lot of ESPN. Look what they.
I don't know.
I'm sure something has happened.
I'm sure it
with
has.
a laptop. Who knows?
So there's a look. Netflix was the first one out there, right?
Right.
For streaming services, as far as they go. There's a new survey asked people which streaming service they would keep if they could only keep one. Now, this doesn't. Somebody already was like, "What about it's a bundle?"
Shut up!
No, it's not a bundle.
Stop looking for the caveat.
Right?
It's a hypothetical freaking question.
Right?
They're not going to steal your streaming. Why do people always make this difficult? Like, no. We're not telling you we're going to take everything away. It's like just hypothetically, if you're going to keep one.
This is why we don't have a functioning society.
Yeah. That is exactly why.
That's it.
Okay.
The people at the airport that don't wait in the cell phone area.
What would you pick?
I would take Netflix. Netflix is just the streaming service I watch the most. I love Ozarks. I love a lot of their original TV shows. Kind comedies. It's got me into watching stuff from around the world. So Netflix
they're good
to
for
me.
that.
Let me ask you this, because is YouTube TV considered a streaming service?
Yes. It's a separate service that we have on our
Yeah,
but that's not one of the. They're asking like
the main ones,
right? Like HBO Max, Hulu, Disney Plus, Amazon, Paramount.
Me personally,
Apple.
I would keep Disney Plus, which sounds ridiculous coming out of my mouth because I'm not the biggest Disney fan. But what Disney has done is buy crap that I like, namely Star Wars. And look, I had my Obi-Wan Kenobi-gasm, a great short series, and I'm like, I wouldn't want to Book of Boba Fett. Okay, enjoy The Mandalorian. But that said, I don't watch a ton of streaming services. So for me, knowing the shows and look, I know I lose The Boys. I know I lose Netflix. But what's weird is, even though Netflix probably has the biggest library, I'm not actively right now watching anything on it.
Sure,
so
just crush your son when he wants to see Cobra Kai again.
Okay, I do have to crush my son. Hey, son, this is how life works. Okay, Daddy had to keep going. I'm watching Obi-Wan, bro, but you've already seen it. It's limited series. I know, but and I enjoy Cobra Kai, but I got to keep my Disney Plus.
If YouTube TV doesn't count, I'm going to go Hulu because they still show some mainstream channels. So it's not just shows. You get a little regular television. So I don't want to give up regular television altogether.
Well,
regular television is not streaming. You can keep your broadcast.
Right, like I still have my Comcast,
Okay, all right, so
but I
this is
also
on time.
have.
You have cable.
Gotcha.
All right, you just pick one.
Netflix then, probably.
All right, yeah, I'm with you. And Netflix, and it might be part of, because Netflix was just the first one. I still think they have the biggest library. They produce the most original shows.
Without a doubt.
So Netflix was number one. 31% said them. HBO Max came in second.
What's on HBO Max right now?
They got a lot of great stuff.
They do. I've watched a few things there.
Their movie library is fantastic. They've got South Park on there, which I know they've got. They've got like Game of Thrones.
They've got all the HBO. Like some of the HBO shows now, like if you don't watch them live on HBO, like you can't go to On Demand. You got to go to HBO Max and then find them there. That's how I watch
Jokers.
We Own This City.
We Own This City, yeah. And what they did during the pandemic, and I think they're still doing a little bit of it, releasing movies that are in theaters on HBO Max. I thought that was really
they're good. Man, what did I want? I want to say like Dune or something, right?
Yeah.
I was excited to see it. That's my style. And I did not realize that you could watch it at home. And so I'm clicking around trying to find something to watch. It says Dune. So I click on it because I'm going to watch the trailer because it had just come out in theaters. And they're like, do you want to watch it? And it was free. I'm like,
right.
The Batman.
Oh, yeah.
So I did not know that it was on HBO Max.
They've got all the old Looney Tunes on there, too.
My kids discovered that, and they think, to prove that my kids are future geniuses, they agree it is the single greatest animated thing ever.
Well, one of my new considerations, now that I've finished another show, is Barry. Pretty sure Barry's on HBO Max.
Barry is very good.
Yeah.
Like dark comedy, but super funny.
Is it very good?
It's very good.
It's a very good show.
Barry is strong, Miles. That's a good call. They got a few seasons though, so I
think.
I don't know if you want to start that one.
Might take me a while. I'll get there.
Third on the list was Hulu.
That's one I take.
Yeah, Hulu. Like you're right, they do have some live sports. So besides that, Hulu has a lot of good shows on there. Mike, what are we talking about now? Letterkenny's on there.
Letterkenny's on there. All my favorite irreverent cartoons are on there. Family Guy, Futurama, Bob's Burgers is on there. All your Fox comedies are on there.
That bundle is good though too, because it's
great
if you get the ESPN Plus.
We're not doing bundles, Miles.
I got the bundle with the Hulu and the ESPN Plus and the HBO.
Well, in this case, Miles is all right. He's just saying if you get the bundle, it's good.
Yeah,
but he's not picking the bundle.
Right. No, not in this.
Yeah.
You can get Disney Plus in that bundle too.
Mm-hmm. Well, but Disney Plus is next on the list, and then Amazon. I think I originally got Amazon for the Tom Clancy,
Jack Ryan.
But The Boys,
series.
The Boys is awesome.
Yeah,
it makes me almost want to vomit. It is disgusting, but I love that show. I mean, there is some disturbing stuff. Also, I can't say this enough. The Boys does a very good job at attacking both sides. Mm-hmm. They might attack one side a little more in an episode than the other, but the last episode, Mike, you finally saw what I was talking about, a callback to the pandemic that absolutely roasted those people. Super good.
Been a long time since I cringed that hard.
Oh my God, I know. When that's the scene, I was buckled over, dying laughing. I'll give you people, you got a month or two, then I'm gonna start talking about stuff on The Boys and what's happening. After that, you got Paramount, which is great if you're a Yellowstone fan. I think that's like their big dog. I'm sure there's a bunch of other movies. And I think the 1817 is how Yellowstone starts. After that, you have Apple TV Plus. Obviously, we all know that's about
Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso getting the job done. Then you have Discovery Plus and Peacock. Then after that, they just have other at 4%.
Whatever. Whatever you bootleg.
That's probably like, the Playboy Premium,
Well, and it's funny, too, right? Like, obviously, right, I like my cable. I love live sports. So, number one, I keep my cable.
Of course.
But also, I watch National Geographic, Nat Geo all the time. I was talking to somebody the other day, and they were like, oh, my God. Like, the person I'm in the office with the most, that's all they watch. And I was like, oh, they know about port protection? Last Alaskans? First Alaskans? Like, all this stuff. Your Sounders FC back in action tonight. So go Sounders!
Thank you, Ted. We appreciate it. You are listening to The Men's Room.
Save hundreds off in-stock appliances during Judd & Black's President's Day sale, going on now through the 22nd. Stack your savings with discounts, rebates, and an extra year of warranty free on select laundry pairs. Plus 0% financing for 18 months. The Judd & Black difference is clear. Our team of appliance experts will help you find what's best for your home, lifestyle, and budget. Save now on top name brands like Whirlpool, GE Profile, Cafe, and Decor. Judd & Black, your hometown appliance store. Online at juddblack.com.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. Neighbors in Philly file a noise complaint saying that damn pickleball court way too loud. Meanwhile, a man walks into a Seattle Safeway and steals enough beer to get an entire party plowed, probably for the 4th of July. Passengers have to board another plane after passenger drops a deadly deuce. Man busted a BWI with enough cocaine to get everyone good and loose. And a Florida homeowner shocked to find someone listed their home for sale on Zillow. It is time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my car.
Top story, we go to Baltimore, where TSA stopped a man in a wheelchair. They conducted a search of the electric wheelchair after it had flown in from the Dominican Republic and needed additional screening. The search proved successful as the seat of his chair contained 13 bricks or $1 million worth of cocaine.
Ooh, $1 million?
$1 million cocaine.
Twice work TSA. We found $80 worth of cocaine on this guy.
Traces.
I like the idea that if you're working TSA, because I watch that other show, To Catch a Smuggler, all the airports, so they always test it, and they're like, it's positive for cocaine. I like to see you be like, oh, this is pure stuff.
This is good stuff, man. It's not cut with nothing.
This is positive, but I'm positively loving it.
But I don't need a lunch break. I'm more productive.
This is the second person in the last 3 weeks who's been busted doing the same gimmick.
Right, wheelchair.
So they've already got the warning. Do you really like...
They won't search it
really
again.
Big wheelchair, but it's also a wheelchair from the Dominican Republic.
Right.
So it'd be one thing if you were to take your wheelchair and go there with it and bring it back. It is specifically one that's only in the Dominican Republic.
So he didn't go there with the wheelchair.
Every time they see this thing, because it's packed up before he even gets there. Right. You know what I'm saying? Then he just gets in and packs up.
The best one I saw, the guy ended up getting busted, but he was in a wheelchair. The dog's going crazy. They checked the wheelchair. All right, there's nothing in the wheelchair. I mean, they pulled the but the dog is losing its goddamn mind. Mm-hmm. Nothing in the wheelchair. And the guy's like, look, I don't know what to tell you, something wrong with the dog. Then they figured out it's not the wheelchair, it's the cast on his leg.
Aha!
It was made of cocaine. So, they're chilling about the way, and he's just over in the corner sweating bees like,
here's basically what you need to know. If it's coming in, it's probably coming from the Dominican Republic right now, somehow.
There it is.
You also got to wonder how many wheelchairs got through.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of other guys they didn't get me.
Yeah. It takes a minute where you got to look at it first.
This baby's diaper, completely made of cocaine.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's been done.
In other news, to North Carolina, where the flying situation stinks, to say the least. A flight from North Carolina to Florida had to be stopped after someone detected a strange odor. The story doesn't detail what exactly the source of the odor was, but the plane was emptied for the safety of the passengers, and they were put onto another flight. The plane is currently out of commission for evaluation.
Smell it.
There's enough going on right now.
Right.
With the airlines, just one more thing.
You know what? Stinky plane. Get it
I'll just hope it knows. Epic.
Right here in Seattle, a man was arrested for a bold drink order. The man was confronted by the security guard at a local Safeway after they witnessed him attempting to walk out of the store with a cart loaded with 11 cases of beer that he had not paid for. After confronting him, the man threatened the security officer by saying if he didn't move, he would be pepper sprayed. The guard moved aside and the man made his escape, but was found by police right across the street waiting for a bus.
Listen, I get the people still beer. It's not the right thing to do, but I understand. But when no matter what crime you're committing, if your getaway vehicle is the bus,
right, you got problems.
It's not going to work.
Especially when you have 11 cases. It's all in a cart.
Right.
You think they're going to be okay with you putting that cart on the bus?
That's a good point. Like, no, you can't bring all this on the bus. Not that you can't bring it on, but you can't bring your cart. We don't feel like waiting for you to load 11 cases.
You going to threaten to pepper spray the bus driver, too?
And then what?
Man, let me on this bus.
It was the perfect crime until the bus was late.
The bus was late. Damn it! Curses.
I hope he cracked one. Or he's like, oh, I can't drink in public, so I'll just sit at the bus stop with him. Like, you already stole it. You might as well start drinking.
I'm not allowed to.
As soon as I see the cops, I'm crushing like 3 of them. Like, I'm already getting arrested, guys.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're already getting arrested. Drink them.
Zip your headlines with that, Mike Hawkins out.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate it. We'll see you next on the Men's Room Happy Hour exclusively on the Odyssey app.
Yes, indeed. It's all true. But in the meantime, well, we'll be all about this bitch for 180 seconds or so. So until then, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network.
Oh, man!
A Double Flush production.
The idea of owning a home felt like a pipe dream.
That's BECU member Leandra talking about her home buying experience.
So we went to BECU where I met our mortgage advisor, Lauren, and she was like, this is what we're going to do. This is how you buy a home.
As a not-for-profit credit union, BECU helps members find the right home loan to meet their needs. Learn more at becu.org/home loans. BECU, power in people. Equal housing opportunity lender. NMLS ID 4900518. Members were compensated for participation.